We come across measurements all the time in our lives. We use length when we check the distance needed to travel somewhere. We use mass when we weigh ourselves on the bathroom scales. We use capacity when we're filling up a bowl of flour or milk whilst making a cake. This table shows us the most commonly used metric units that we use here in Australia. Sometimes, however, we need to convert between these certain units of measurement, either from a small unit to a larger one, or vice versa. This table helpfully shows us. For example, say we've got 1,000 meters here, but we wanted to show the same amount of length in kilometers. How do we do that? We know that a kilometer is a larger unit of length than a meter. So, since we are converting from a small unit of length to a larger one, we would need to use division as our correct operation, according to the chart. Because there are 1,000 meters in every kilometer, we'll need to divide by 1,000. It's helpful to remember that multiplication and division of any power of 10 simply means moving our decimal point either to the left or right. Since we are dividing by 1,000, which has 3 zeros, this means moving our decimal point 3 times to the left, and as a result, we get 1 kilometer. Now, what if our length was 35,600 meters, and we wanted to show that same distance in the form of kilometers? Just as we did before, we need to divide our number by 1,000. Why? Because A, we are converting from a small unit of length to a larger one, and B, there are 1,000 meters for every kilometer we have. So let's do it. Divide 35,600 by 1,000 by moving our decimal point 3 times to the left. Our answer is therefore 35.6 kilometers. Now, let's use mass as an example. Say the mass of an item is 2.7 kilograms, but we wanted to express that in grams. We would need to multiply our number by 1,000 instead of dividing it. Why? Because A, we are converting from a large unit of mass to a smaller one, and B, there are 1,000 grams for every kilogram we have. So let's do it. Multiply 2.7 by 1,000 by moving our decimal point 3 times to the right instead of the left. Our answer is therefore 2,700 grams.
Here's a scenario. Say you put in a swimming pool. It's been filled, but now you need to apply pool salts to maintain a suitable pH and so on, because obviously you don't want it turning green and attracting mosquitoes. Fortunately, the pool salt bag recommends a conversion rate of 20 kilograms for every 10,000 litres. However, you only know its capacity in millilitres, which is in this case 125 million millilitres. So, how many bags of salt should we be buying? So, if we are converting millilitres to litres, it's more big, we need to use division, of course. This is because 1,000 millilitres goes into 1 litre. So we need to use 1,000 as a divisor to figure out how many litres 125 million can be grouped into. So 125 million millilitres. Notice the milli, which represents, of course, 1,000 or 3 zeros. And that's important there as a prefix. That means we need to use 3 jumps to the left. Now, what that means is we're going to subtract the 3 zeros in there, and that gives us 125,000 litres. This, of course, means we need to divide 125,000 again by 10,000 to represent each salt bag. Again, notice how many zeros are in 10,000. So, let's use that as a guide to determine our answer. This, of course, gives us 12.5 salt bags in totality.